Have you ever looked at someone moving to a new place and unpacking their belongings, and suddenly you thought to yourself, man, I sure hope that was me? No? Well, me neither. Anyways, it doesn't matter, because unpacking lets you experience the relaxing and cathartic aspects of, well, unpacking, without all the tedious stuff, while simultaneously telling you a story. Unlike games like Viscera, in this game, the protagonist is not forced to perform some tedious task for some other people. Rather, it follows the protagonist's life growing up and moving to different places at different points in life. A pretty ordinary story presented through very simple gameplay. But before this introduction becomes too much to unpack, I'm going to move on and talk about why I fell in love with this game. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the puns now. Looking at the title screen and listening to its main menu theme, you can already guess that this is one of those chill and relaxing games. Therefore, to not get into the way of the relaxing mood, the game has very little narrative. And by that, I don't mean that the game is lacking in story, quite the opposite in fact, because the story is told through the objects you unpack. One of the most interesting aspects of the game is that the same object will appear multiple times throughout the game. So when I saw the same object again on another level, I acted exactly like this. This is how the game signifies the importance of said object to the protagonist. And when the item is no longer able to be displayed due to the lack of space, I was able to feel the protagonist's disappointment and sacrifice in order to make the relationship work. And this is how the game tells its story, by letting the player feel it through the lens of the protagonist. The developer's attention to details are subtle, yet very impactful. For you see, movable parts in a game like drawers and items placed can get in the way of cupboard doors. Although not affecting the gameplay in any significant way, such minor details are what make the game immersive and worth playing. Some objects even went through small amounts of wear and tear between levels, and this made me feel attached to a cup or an unassuming mousepad that exists inside a video game. Even though Unpacking is being marketed as a puzzle game, it never really felt that way to me. And that's a good thing, because it simply felt like I was merely decorating a room, placing things in places I would have in real life. Sure, some items do have specific spots or general areas to be in, but I never really felt any sense of urgency to complete each level, so I just mess around with the placement of objects in the most meaningless way possible, while enjoying and taking in the atmosphere of each level. Also, I gotta say, the game devs have a pretty cool sense of humor. It's a little morbid, but it's a great Easter egg to stumble upon nonetheless. And I am very certain that there is going to be more stuff like this that I still haven't found. And I cannot wait to replay it and discover them all. By the way, I wasn't sponsored in any way, but if you're interested in the game, do check it out yourself, as it's easily being finished within one sitting. Meanwhile, I still have a lot of virtual stuff waiting for me to unpack, so see ya!